We've got kind of an unusual item to review for you today in one of our unboxing videos, and it all comes out of a sense of frustration. Now, if you're watching us and you're on Michigan Golf Live or the Fore Golfers Network, my guess is that you like to golf, and as part of becoming a better golfer, you need to practice, right? We got to get out on the range. My favorite time is to do that at like dusk. Not many people out there usually. It's peaceful, it's calm, the sunset is beautiful, and you can just work on your game. Well, for a lot of golfers, especially the younger crowd, when they go to practice, they really like to have something in their ears, some music going or something, because they're out there for quite some time. And so it just irritates me to no end that whenever I want to go out on the range and practice, if I want to have something in my ears, I have to wrestle around with these ridiculous earbuds that have some sort of an inherent ability to become tangled. By the time you get the spaghetti untangled and you're ready to head out to plug them in, if you're like me and you have an iPhone that's new, you better have this stupid little dongle that somebody at Apple thought was a great idea a few years ago. So it's possible you get out to the range, you've got your phone, you finally got the thing untangled, you're ready to work on your wedge game, you forgot the ridiculous dongle. Well, there have been some companies come up lately that are seeking to address that very need and to disconnect you from a cable. Now, they're not doing it just for golfers, but some of these are even waterproof, so if you're a swimmer you can go, or if you want to go for a run, you just don't have to have cords flopping all over the place. So the first company that I came in contact with was a couple of years ago, and they're called Earbuds. It's a decent product, except that it has a cord that stretches around in the back and goes around the back of your neck. So that's flopping around and it kind of feels kind of weird, and these have a very difficult time, at least with me, staying in my ears. So Earbuds invented some little silicone ear wing that is supposed to kind of wedge in your ear and hold it in place. Well, I've tried these for a couple of years, and the truth is, it doesn't work. Now, the device works, don't get me wrong, but the little wings don't work. They don't stay in your ears, and it's very frustrating. And by the way, if the only way to hold something in your ear is through pressure, that doesn't feel all that good. So along came a couple of years after Earbuds, a company called The Dash. Bragi is the name of the product, B-R-A-G-I. The entire thing fits into a little capsule like this, where you charge them. And then, here are the earbuds themselves. They're completely separated from any sort of a cord or any device. So these connect via the Bluetooth of your phone. They also have built into them up to, I think, 4 gigs of memory, so that you could, if you didn't want to connect to anything, you can just load some of your favorite music onto these. It's a little bit of a cumbersome process, but you can do it. And I've used these a fair amount, the Bragi, the Dash, and the only reason that I'm not 100% satisfied with them is that they don't fit my ear very well either, and they came with 6 different fitting devices, cushions to go on the end of them. And if I carry these on the left hip, if I carry my phone on the left hip, they tend to cut out quite a bit. I don't know why. If I carry it on the right hip, we're all good. So I'm a little frustrated with these. Oh, and I can never figure out how to turn them off, so they constantly need to be recharged because there's no clear indicator as to how to turn them off. All that said, to set the scene for our unboxing video today, I talked to a gentleman from my own part of the world in Detroit who has created something called Ascape Audio. That's Escape with an A. You can see it in the title to this. Ascape Audio. And this is hot off the presses. Opening it with you for the first time, because we're going to walk right through the setup and everything. This is called the Ascend Plus One. And this device boasts a distance of up to 10 meters away, talking time 4 hours, because these will actually work as a handset for your phone. Music and playtime 3.5 hours, takes 1 hour to charge, and the battery case itself holds up to 4 different charges. So this is Ascape with an A, and we're going to take a look at it and see, as we walk it all the way through the initial setup, see how we like the original sound. And as I said at the outset, it's kind of an unusual product line, really, to even be investigating. You can tell I'm wrestling with the box, right? I can't get it open. We don't often think about golfers and audio, although more and more we're seeing golfers in their carts bring Bluetooth speakers and things, and courses are wrestling with that entire issue. You know, should we allow that? Do we want the noise to be carrying from one group to another? And it's a pretty pertinent issue these days. And so perhaps one of the solutions is to have a reliable and comfortable in-ear cordless set that you can use, whether you're playing or practicing. So here is the unboxing of Ascape Audio. We come right out of it with a very small user manual. The encouragement, by the way, here is to maximize your connection by putting this on the left side. So perhaps that would be something that Braggy could help with if they had so felt the need to direct accordingly. And then a little user manual. This is what I love. You can tell when a product is going to be simple to use because the user manual is pretty short. So the first time setup involves some charging and getting the right fit on your earbuds. Let me just open these up for you, and then we'll come back in a little bit and we'll tell you how they work. Because I don't think you want to sit here through the charging process, and frankly, neither do I. Very cool little pod, by the way. About the size of maybe a thing of Tic Tacs. Little garage door opens up, and here they are. Let's get a look at them up close. Here is the Ascape Audio earbud. This is the entirety of it. And grab the other one out for you. Remember, the case itself holds up to 4 charges. Love the case. It's very cool. And then these, I have not put the different fitting buds on the end of them, but let's just take a peek here and see how comfortably they fit in here. Maybe if I used the right one in the correct ear, that would be a major help as well. That goes in, I twist it back just a little bit, and that feels about as secure as anything that I have seen. I'm shaking my head trying to shake them free. I have not grabbed the one that I probably will use to fit it, so this is whatever the default is, and here we are. So let's take a little break. I'm going to come back in a while and show you how well they work. Again, it's Ascape Audio from our friends originally in the Detroit area. So if we can have some good invention from our part of the world, all the more power to them. My hope is that as you get ready to practice, play this game and play it better, you'll put in the time on the range. And if something like this can help encourage you to do that even more, then it's a good idea for us to take a look into it. So take a look at Ascape. What we'll do is we'll finish this up on our YouTube channel. So if you're watching the beginning of this on Periscope, the entire thing will be put together on our YouTube channel at Michigan Golf Live and the Fore Golfers Network. All right, thanks much. Hey folks, I don't know what kind of music you listen to when you practice golf, but when I get these Ascape Audio things working, I put on some Sinatra Live at the Sands to give me a good feel for rhythm and relaxation. And man, once you get out there, you can practice the entire evening away. Now, when we last connected with you, no pun intended, it was on Periscope to unbox and introduce this Ascape Audio Ascend 1 model. I took like 5 minutes after I stopped that video just to do a quick charge and then to pair everything up and see if I could quickly understand how it all worked. And I did, and it sounds fantastic. The other thing that I did, so I switched out the audio buds that came on the device already to some that more closely matched my own ears, and the process of getting them in is as simple as insert it and kind of twist it backwards a little bit, and it's there to stay. And I'm listening to Frank right now sing Come Fly With Me in perfect stereo. Now, not only does this facilitate the playing of music, but you can control the headphones, you can take calls, and a whole lot more. Pretty much everything you could do with the old, miserable, frustrating earbuds, you can do with the Ascape Audio. So all the directions, literally, this isn't like the short version, this is the entire version of the owner's manual, of the user's guide. It could not be much easier. And from taking calls to forwarding your music, to controlling the volume, to whatever, it's all done here with actual See if you can hear it. Buttons that actually press. So unlike on the Braggie everything was kind of pressure sensitive and you sort of had to guess where on there to touch. And I found it really quite frustrating. Here on Ascape, it's an actual button you can press and it forwards through or backs up or pauses and continues to play whatever music you have going. I'm very impressed. We've now used these for, 5 minutes or so, and I cannot wait to actually take them out of the studio, out onto the range, and get some swings in with them. To me, among the most important factors are, one, a good fit, because you don't want to be out hitting balls and having something fall out of your ears. The last thing you need to do is be distracted by technology while you're practicing, right? And the other thing is, I like good audio. Now, it's highly unlikely, in fact, it's not likely at all, that my playlist is going to look like yours. I understand that. My musical taste and yours are quite different. What's important is that if we can do anything to encourage golfers to spend more time out on the range, then we ought to do it. So for my money, a great start in our first session with Ascape Audio's Ascend 1. Well done.